brothers and sisters. So when I say brothers and sisters, both in Christ and in arms, now there's something I wanted to read to you this morning. Um, it has to do with the signs of the end of the times, and it's Matthew 29 or 24:29. Um, Immediately after the tribulation, those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give light. The stars will fall from the heavens, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. The sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven, and all the tribes of the earth will mourn as they see the Son of the Man coming on the clouds of the heaven with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a great sound of the trumpet, and they will gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. So it's going to happen very quickly. I don't think you should wait, because once everything darkens, now it says after the tribulation starts. So we're going to have other signs of the tribulation, which is wars and rumors of wars, um, which we're having. We're going to have signs of earthquakes, natural disasters, floods, which we're having. Now, if Yellowstone erupts, it's going to take out most of the Midwest, which means the clouds will darken, um, which is going to add to pestilence, which pestilence can happen anytime. So I encourage you to read the Bible to find the signs, and all you got to do is accept Jesus into your heart and follow him as your Lord and Savior, and you'll be saved. Otherwise, the alternative is you're going to have to deal with all the wars and the tribulation, and ultimately you'll be part of Satan's army, whether you like it or not. And if you die in that time and you're not saved by the Lord, it's the lake of fire for you. Some people describe it as, and I believe this, I've read this, as constant falling, constant pain, constant fire. I don't wish that on anybody. So, that's not what today's episode is about. It is about um, my tarp, which withstood for the last, I don't know, 2-3 months. Um, and about getting my Dakota fire hole ready so I can cook some, boil some uh, dandelion leaves so I can have a little bit of vitamin C to keep me going today. And other. So dandelions are the awesome things. I've got my whole family drinking it. So I've got only my OBE with me, my sword, and my kit. Now the other part of this, while I'm waiting to start a fire, is actually trying to sharpen skills with the bow drill. I have been unsuccessful with a bow drill, so I need to learn how to start a friction fire. I've been unsuccessful with a fire piston, which is the easiest way, but I can't get mine to work. Um, so you really, really need to sharpen your skills. And about last week's video, I got a comment that I'm cruel. I haven't caught anything, and everything I've caught, with the exception of that skunk, I let go. But the whole part of trapping is not just catching the animal, it's knowing how to skin it, knowing how to process it, knowing how to cut it open without cutting open the urine sac, because you're going to taint the meat if you cut the urine sac. You just need to keep your processing skills current. Now, I have an overabundance of groundhogs, and I have an overabundance of um, rabbits, and an overabundance of squirrels. They're a little harder to catch. Now, you know, if you don't practice these skills and you're 3 to 7 days into your survival and you don't have the energy to process meat, or you start to process the meat and you nick the sac, the urine sac, you're going to have a problem because you can't use that meat. It's tainted. And if you're hungry, you're going to be tempted to eat it, and it's going to hurt you even more. So that's the reason I do these videos. Um, I try the stuff that's on YouTube, and the bushcrafters, they make the friction fire look easy. You know, there's one person, Survival Lily. You can see the struggle that she goes through, um, because she might not have the upper body strength, but she is vigilant and she gets the fire started. I have the utmost respect. Um, so, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start this fire without a friction fire, so I can get some dandelion tea boiling, so I can get it cooled and keep up my energy.
So I just cut a notch in. I'm out of breath. So I'm burning right here, but this is burnt. Everything's burnt. It's a little bit difficult to do this. I'm tired. I'm hot. I need to sit back and hydrate. So here it is. Tastes like water with a hint of weeds. But this will give me the vitamin C I need and all the other vitamins. So in the middle of my break, I cheated. I drilled this out a little bit and pressed a bearing into there. So my spindle's actually, wherever it went, with my bow saw. Oh, it's attached. So my spindle, I might have to sharpen it a little bit. Will go on the bearing. This is a lot of work. I'm 55 and I'm getting out of breath. So, Pathfinder school, because I can't make one of these, I couldn't get past the first level. Or to the second level. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try it with this. Well, I want to give up on this bow saw. But I can't. My shoulder's hurting. I don't have very good shoulders anyway. But I'm very close to getting an ember. I finally have some dust collecting on my piece of bark. I just need it to be able to just keep pulling it. I cheated. I put a bearing in the bearing block. That's what it's called. That's what it's for, right? Unfortunately, I had to buy 10 to get one. But I'm just taking a little break. I can't give up. If it's real survival, I couldn't give up. I think I might have an ember. I do have an ember. I hope this is filming. I'm going to take a little bit of grass. I do have an ember. See it? See it? This is where I need patience. Let that ember burn. I got an ember. I think I'm killing it though. Killed it. There it goes. All right. Can be done. It can be done. All right, let's get a proper bird's nest. Okay, so I'm cutting a new hole. This is my Gerber from my LBE. Very old. I hate using the pliers because it always pinches me. But I went ahead and sharpened my knife. I couldn't remember if I did or not, but I did. So I have to burn in another hole. This one burned out, but I was able to get an ember, just one per hole, and I did this out. So I think the pain in my shoulder, and I went through my bag. I found a bigger piece of cardboard, bark. So as you see, I have a piece of bark here. That's what I'm keeping everything on, so it doesn't touch the ground, because the ground underneath this tent is very dry, but the ground that is behind me, where the fire pit is, where the Dakota fire hole is wet. That's why I keep things under tarps and keep things dry. You know, you watch these bushcrafters, and yeah, they make, but they also have like a 30-liter pack, and a 30-liter pack. Turn the audio on. A 30-liter pack is enough for basically the 10 C's minus sleeping. I put canteens on the outside, but I basically have a sleeping pack that I put on the outside. Get over. So this bearing block made it easy for me. Also, I'm using my shoulder, my whole arm, and not watching where I'm doing. I got all the wood off the spindle, the burnt wood. So I'm basically starting fresh from where I ended last year. And all I got to do is burn this in for now, which takes a little bit. But my spindle's formed already. You can see the smoke. And you can see that it's burned in. So I'm going to go ahead and put a notch in here. Which I didn't show last time because I didn't think it would work. So a little smarter. So it's called a V-notch for a reason, because you're V'ing it out. You could see, oh, that's an A notch, sorry. There's a V-notch. Just a little joke, my weird humor. I'm not left-handed, so. Yep, the notch came out. So I'm gonna go a little bit further getting a little skinnier, and eventually, once my wood, a little bit at a time. And I'm gonna continue with my knife. Oh, I'm kind of excited. So I got a V in there. The rest of this material, you want it to go into the hole. I think they said a quarter of the way, but I'm right into the burn mark, so I think I'm going to be okay. I think the excitement about getting this thing, making your own ember out of literally 2 sticks, making a fire. Now, I didn't even have a fire prepared, just a little bit of a kindling and stuff. So I basically emptied out my bag, my gut bag with all my kindling and stuff that I had in here for fire making. I put it into my haversack. I find that the pendulum motion works better. Trying to go faster. So my issues with this was the bearing block had too much friction. My hole was too not wide enough. I don't know if I have an ember there either. Wait a minute, is that my ember? Anyway, my spindle is too fat for this hole. I might have to keep going. Got a lot there. So I had a lot against me, not knowing how to do this. Just like anything else, unless you try it, you're not going to know how to do it. There it is. Here's my ember. So I think last time I didn't let this sit here before I transported it to my fire. I'm gonna wave it back and forth. Let it catch the rest of that stuff on fire. The other thing I didn't have before is a bird's nest. No idea. It's not very big, but it may work. See, I got a pretty big, it's getting bigger. So here's what I'm going to do. I've seen people transport it that way. It's hot. I think I killed it again. Maybe this isn't dry enough. Yeah, I'm not sure why this isn't firing up. I got an ember in there, but it just not lighting it. Yeah, you see it burned all the way through the bird's nest. Maybe it's not dry enough. Maybe I didn't make it right. But I got an ember. They're burning out. Oh well. That is the way it is. I'm gonna leave it there. Maybe it'll catch on fire. But I gotta figure out what this camera is not staying on. Alright, I've got an ember in there, but I just can't seem to keep it going. I mean, it's going, but I think my bird's nest material is substandard, maybe wet. I didn't dry it out or anything, but you'd think it'd dry out in my bag for a couple of months. Just trying to get the grass to catch fire now. Could be the humidity here, but for some reason my main camera's cutting off, so I'm gonna leave it at this. This is gonna be a part 2 to get this thing going. Maybe I'll cover a bird's nest next week. God bless you, take care, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.